how to build a body that you're truly proud of while working a full-time job, working a 9 to 5, working shift, in college, whatever it might be. You have a busy schedule and you're just finding it hard to actually achieve your physique goals, your health goals, your fitness goals with being in a position where it feels like you've no time. So you have a full-time job, you might have relationship commitments on top of it, family commitments, children, whatever it might be. In this video, I'm going to talk you through exactly a step-by-step process on how to free up more time for yourself. Make it feel like you have more time in the week and then be actually able to achieve your goals with your health, with your nutrition, with your fitness. And feel the best you've ever felt. I promise you that. So it's possible. And speaking on my own experience, I guess, how I know it is possible. I used to work, I was in college for 3 years. I found a system that worked for me there. I then went into factory work, shift work, where there were certain weeks I was working 12-hour shifts, at the start of the week, it was 3 12-hour shifts in the day. I'd be off Wednesday, and then 3 12-hour shifts at night time. And it was a shit show, it was hell. But I did that for 6 months, and I also found a system that worked there. And then from there, I went to Canada, and I was working in construction. And when I mean they were like 16-hour days with commute involved and everything, I had to find a system there. So I know that this works, I know that a system can work. And I had a social life on top of that as well. You know, I was younger, there was a lot of socializing going on back then as well, but I still was able to get into great shape, prioritize my health, focus on a full-time job, and also have a social life. So this is possible, and I want to basically break it down for you because I know a lot of you guys struggle with this. I've been having a lot of conversations in the DMs with people, and this is one topic that I see keeps popping up. So I want to make sure that after this, you know it's possible and you have an actual action plan to implement. So I think the first thing is important is actually start with why. Why do you want to get into shape? Why do you want to prioritize your health? Actually sit with that and ask yourself. A lot of the time it's not just to get abs, it's not just to feel better, although those things are important as well. But it's like there's a lot of time there's a deeper meaning behind it. So it's like you need to figure out why. Is it for your children? Is it because you actually feel like shit? Is it for your future family? Because if you can't get into shape now, when you don't have kids, when you don't have a wife, when you don't have a husband, whatever it might be, why do you think it's going to be possible further down the line? You know what I mean? So it's like now is the time to really prioritize your health. If you're in a position where you don't have a family, to actually be the best version of yourself, be the best version of yourself for your future family. So that's something that I think is very powerful, because you don't want to be that guy or that woman that can't play with their kids, can't pick their children up because you're fucking fat and out of shape and you didn't prioritize your health, and now you're left with a mountain to climb. Okay, so just ask yourself why you want to get into shape. Is it because your confidence is low? Is it because you actually don't want to go to the beach and take off your top? That's also a reason why. You don't want to feel like that. Why would you want to feel like that? You can build yourself up any way you want. You just need to put the work into it, whether it's your physical health or whether it's your skill set. As long as you do the work, you can build yourself up. It's like playing a video game. People go play GTA and they remember GTA San Andreas and they go to the gym with that guy to get him buff, but they won't do it in real life for themselves. So it's like build yourself up. Get clear as to what you want and why you want it, and then start doing the work to move yourself towards that person. So start with why. What is your biggest motivating factor to get into shape, to actually want to go to the gym? Because there's going to be times you're going to be tired. There's, you know, the first, I'd probably say, month of getting from a position where you're not training and prioritizing your health to actually getting to a position where it becomes your routine. That first month can be tricky because you're going from a position where you haven't been doing anything, maybe your diet is off, your sleep is all over the shop, so there's a lot of factors that need to kind of change to get you into a good healthy routine. But after that month, it becomes your norm, and you're like, why the hell did it take me so long to actually get out of the rut that I was in and get to this position? I feel so much better, I look better, I'm getting compliments, my skin's better, my sleep's better, everything will improve with this. So you just need to fucking get a game plan and stick to it. Okay, so that's what, I drink a lot of caffeine sometimes and I can kind of go on tangents. But we'll go to the second point, what you can implement. So schedule your week with your work, your family commitments, your social commitments. Actually take a full view of your week. What's going on? Okay, what I like to do is a Google Calendar, and this has been game changer for me. Just plan your week in advance. So it's like, okay, I work, if you're working 9 to 5, okay, I work 9 to 5. I have to commute for an hour beforehand, an hour afterwards. Okay, so that's 8 to 6 that you basically are in work. You have your commitments, okay? So then it's like, okay, well, 3 days a week I can commit to the gym. Okay, so 3 days first thing in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Schedule it in. Put it there so you can visually see it. Not that you're waking up, oh, I'll try get here, I'll try do that. It's like, no. You have to be at work at 9 p.m, okay? And you don't miss that. So what do? You say, okay, I'm going to go to the gym. Okay, I have to be there for 5:30 in the morning. Okay, I have to be there for 7 p.m. in the evening. You schedule it in and you hold yourself to that commitment. You go to work and make money. So go to the gym and schedule it in 3 times a week. That's all you need to do. You schedule it in, you're investing into your health, you're investing into your future, you're investing into your future family, you're investing into your confidence, into your energy levels, you're investing into yourself. You need to be able to do that 3 times per week minimum. I don't care what you say. That is basic minimum. You need to be able to do that. If you actually truly love yourself and want to be fit and healthy 3 times per week for an hour, it's nothing. You have to be able to prioritize that throughout the whole week, okay? So people say it's like, life's not all about money, yet they spend the majority of their time going to work, and then sacrifice the most important thing, which is their health. So it's counterproductive to what the majority of people say, okay? Again, caffeinated. So, plan your meals, training, cardio, and schedule. So as I basically said, plan these things as if you were a work meeting, as if you were going to work. So plan your meals. Okay, you know, on a Sunday I'm going to prep my meals. Now this is what a structure I think works really well. So on a Sunday, just prep your meals. Get your food shopping and prep your meals for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, and then Wednesday evening you can then go Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So just batch cook. We don't want to be in the kitchen all day, every day, and we can't. So something that you can do is on a Sunday, just prep your meals. So it can be 3 full meals. So you can have oats in the morning, nice and easy meal prep, stick them in a lunchbox. You don't even have to cook them, just put boiling water into it. Meal 2 can be a chicken wrap. So just chop up your chicken, air fry it for 3 days in advance, put it in the lunch boxes, and then have your salad on the side, and you can just make a chicken wrap there with a piece of fruit and a protein shake. And then in the evening for your meals, your final meal, you can have potatoes, mince, lean meat, a carbohydrate source, whatever it might be. Have that batch cooked for 3 days in advance. So you cook, it'll take an hour, I promise you. If you have like an air fryer, if you have, just get an air fryer basically. Get an air fryer and just pop everything in there, but just batch cook, have your lunch boxes, and just batch 3 days in advance, 3 main meals, and then you can have snacks like have yogurt in the fridge, have what's another good snack? Just fruit in the fridge, protein shakes, little things like that. Then you can have in between your meals is what I'd recommend. But then plan your training in advance. Don't go into the gym not knowing what to do, going in randomly. Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do a bit of that. Have your meals prepared, have them aligned, have your macros aligned with your goals. Have your training aligned with the goals that you're trying to achieve as well. Whether that's to build muscle, whether it's to reduce body fat. Make sure that you actually plan in advance. Because if you do start going to the gym and you do start eating healthy, good quality foods, but you're not seeing any progress in terms of your physique, it can be a little bit demotivated. So why not just have a clear plan that's specific to you, that you know you're going in there every night you hit your head hits that pillow, you're getting one step closer to that end goal, okay? So plan your training, know what you're doing with your meal prep, know what you're doing with your training, schedule in your cardio, schedule in your walks as well, okay? So a lot of the guys that I work with as well, they're busy sitting at desks all day. Break up your day, go for a walk. You're on lunch break, go for a 10-minute walk. Before work, 10-minute walk. After work, 10-minute walk. Once you get to the gym, just hop on the treadmill for 30 minutes just to rack up those steps to increase your output essentially. Just plan it in, plan your week in advance. Plan your social occasions in advance also. So a big thing is people are like, I'm so busy Monday to Friday throughout the week, and then at the weekend I have to socialize. which is fine, and I'm all for it. As I mentioned at the start, I had a crazy social schedule when I was younger, when I was working in factory and when I was working in construction. So, and that's fine. Okay, just make sure that you plan these things in advance. Okay, I'm going to be going out for a meal next week. I know that this on the weekend, I'm probably going to have a couple of drinks, so I know the calories are going to be slightly high that day. Okay, so then what we do is we plan in advance. We say we'll adjust our nutrition earlier on in the week. We can then go out and enjoy that social occasion. We can wake up the next day and we're not going to feel like we're starting all over from scratch again because we've done the dog in it. We planned in advance. We knew the social occasion coming up. We managed it well, and then we enjoyed ourselves, and we're continuing to progress. If you do want to have a chat and just figure out, okay, what system can you specifically build out for yourself? Maybe you're unsure about your macros, a training split that would work for you, a schedule that would work for you. So click the link below, book in for a call, we can have a chat, I can talk you through it, essentially what I would do in your specific case, and we can go from there. And then the last thing, guys, prioritize your sleep. Do not neglect your sleep. If you're staying up all night, watching fucking Netflix, eating takeaways, eating processed food, you're not going to sleep well. You're going to feel moody the next day. Your productivity is going to be shit. Your energy is going to be shit. Your cognitive function is going to be shit. You're just going to be dragging yourself through the day. We don't want to drag ourselves through the day, because then at the end of your work day, the last thing you want to do is go to work. The last thing you want to do is go to the gym. Okay? The last thing you want to do is prep your meals. You're going to be craving from the night before because you had processed food, so you're going to be craving the next day. You're going to then have had a bad night's sleep. So again, what can happen? You just crave more junk food. You just want to get back to the couch. You want to sleep. You want to be sluggish. It's not a way of life, motherfuckers. Sort out your shit. Get on point. I promise you, if you do these things, if you start with why do you want to get in shape? Have a clear understanding as to why. That's going to you get clear, and you're like, when you actually break it down, when you're like, okay, why do I want to get in shape? And you write out all the bullet points, you're like, it's a no-brainer. It honestly is a no-brainer. So you start with why, boom, that's going to give you that drive, that commitment to actually start prioritizing your health. You schedule your week in advance. You know what days you're doing what days am I meal prepping, what days am I going to the gym, what days am I meeting my friends. You plan that in advance, and then it's easy. You have a little schedule you can work off. Okay, I know I have to go to the gym today. Once it's scheduled in, once it's penciled in, you're going to show up. It's as simple as that. As I said, you're investing into yourself, your health, your commitment, your future family. Don't let yourself down. Plan your meals, know what you're eating, make sure your macros is aligned with your goals. Plan your training, your cardio, and your walks. Again, these are all investments into you, your health. Prioritize them. Don't neglect them. Plan your socials, as I mentioned. Is it ever going to be drinking? Is it a weekend away? Is it a week away? Is it a night out? Is it just a meal? Plan that in advance, and you can work around it. And then prioritize your sleep. 7 to 9 hours sleep. Honestly, I think this is one of the most important things. If you have, you're having a productive day starts with having a productive night's sleep. Get to bed on time. Make sure you have good sleep hygiene. You wake up, you feel fantastic. I know myself personally. And there was a couple of times when I was in Vancouver as well, like I'd be sleeping maybe 5 hours by the time I got everything done. I'd just be dragging myself through the day, but we still get it done. We still get it done. But making sure that you're not staying up late, that you are prioritizing sleep, that's going to be the staple. That's going to be the foundation of everything here. So that's essentially how you can build a body you're proud of, build a life you're proud of, build healthy habits, and become the person you want to become while working a full-time job. Guys, I promise you, being healthy, eating good nutritious food, getting to the gym, I've been on both ends of the spectrum, where I've done the opposite compared to what I do now, and I know the difference in it, and I want you to feel that as well. So you just need to commit to it, get yourself into the gym, get yourself eating good food, and I promise you, you will not regret it. Peace.